All right, in today's parkour class, we're going to start off by getting you through some cardio exercises and running. We'll do some push-ups, toe touches. We're going to do some stretches from standing position. We'll do a couple handstands. After that, we'll do some one-legged squats. We'll work on our precision jumps like we did the other day. And as usual, I'll leave you with a challenge. Today's challenge is going to be frog jumps. So good luck.
All right, we're gonna start off by running. All right, all I want you to do is I want you to put your hands up in fists. You're gonna pick your knees up, and I want you to run in place, just like this, trying to stay light and quiet on the ground. Get ready, get set, start running. Now, I want you to run for 30 seconds as fast as you can. When I say go, you're gonna run quick and light and fast. Ready, set, go. Good, and stop. And for one more minute, I just want you to relax. Jog normal for one more minute. Catch your breath, get your blood moving, starting right now. Now we're going to do 10 push-ups. I want you to lay down your stomach, put your hands right next to your body, put your toes in the ground, make sure you have your toes pulled back in the balls of your feet, put your head down. We're going to push ups. Try to stay with me. Push up, say 1, all the way down. 2, all the way down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Great job. Now we're going to have you lay down on your backs. We're going to do 10 toe touches. Your legs are going to be out straight. Your hands are up in the air. Keeping your legs on the ground, toes up. Put your hands up. If you can, put one hand on top of the other, just like this. This will stop you from trying to use your elbows on the ground. You're going to squeeze your stomach, and you're going to sit up 10 times. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good, go ahead and stand up. All right, now that we've got some of the exercises done, I do want to do a couple stretches. Now, normally we sit down and stretch and some other things, but I want your feet to be together, right? Your back is going to be straight. You're going to squeeze your legs, and I want you to reach your hands down, keeping your legs completely straight. Reach down as far as you can and try to touch the ground. If you can touch the ground with your fingers, it's a bend your fingers and touch your knuckles on the ground, or even go farther. Making sure the whole time to keep your legs completely straight. All right, I want you to hold that for about 5 seconds. Count back from 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, now stand up. Now you should have felt a really strong stretch in the back of your legs. Remember, if it goes too far, if it hurts so much that you have to bend your knees to make it hurt less, just don't push yourself as far, right? You do want to push far enough so you feel some pain, but if you feel like it hurts too bad and you need to bend your knees, you're no longer stretching the back of your legs the way you want to. So remember, stretching is where we pull our muscles farther than they're used to going or they want to go. It should hurt a little bit, but it shouldn't hurt too bad. As soon as you stop stretching, it should feel good again. So let's put your feet together. We're going to do it one more time. Reach your hands down as far as you can. If you can only go this far, right, that's fine. Just make sure that you're pushing yourself as far as you can. It should hurt through the back of your legs. And let's hold it, or go farther. Let's hold it for 10 seconds this time. Count back from 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wonderful. Now I want you to put your feet apart. All right, this is going to be a similar stretch, but when your legs are apart, you can reach further, right? You can hold yourself differently, and it does use slightly different muscle groups. So when your legs are apart, about double shoulder width, twice the width of your shoulders, I want you to keep your feet straight forward, reach your hands down, and see if you can touch the ground. If you can, put your palms on the ground. That's great. Now keep your head down, push really far, let your body hang. This is where you actually want to lift your hands up off the ground to make sure all your body weight is pulling, and we're going to count to 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, stand right back up. That's a good stretch. All right, and last, we're going to turn to our side. All right, I want you to make bend one knee forward and turn this foot to the outside, all right? So that one foot is facing one way, the other foot is facing the screen. I want you to bend your knee this way, and then put one hand on your knee, put the other hand on the ground, and then just lean straight over this way. If you want to go farther this way or farther this way, depending on the stretch, you do that. But make sure you feel a stretch through here. Let's count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just keep your feet right there. Stand up. Put your hands on your hips. Now you're going to kind of lean your body backward. Let's do 5 more. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's switch directions. All right, so point one foot this way, put the other foot here, bend your knee. All right, put your hand down, and you're going to lean forward or over to the side, wherever you feel the most stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now stand up, put your hands on your hips. You make sure you lean backward a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the last one I want you to do, I want you to bend both of your knees, and you're going to point your feet in opposite directions. Don't struggle to make it go as straight as you can. You'll lose your balance. I don't want you to fall over. So just take your feet and just put them outward. Taking your forearms, I want you to bend both of your knees. Put your forearms here, and I want you to push on your legs and push them apart. We're going to do this for 10 seconds. Push kind of hard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wonderful. Go ahead, stand up. Good job. All right, now we're going to work on handstands. All right, when we do our handstands are different than headstands, where we don't put our hands on the ground, or we don't put our head on the ground, and we want to make sure that when we do the handstand, that we actually move kind of fast. The headstands are meant to be slow. They're controlled. They use a lot of core muscles to do that exercise. To do this one, we want to make sure we move a little bit faster. Right? The most important part of a handstand, in my opinion, is making sure that your arms are completely straight. All right? A lot of people, when they start to go down on the ground to do a handstand, they'll bend their arms. And the moment you put your weight on your arms where they're bent, they'll continue to bend. It'll essentially collapse under you, and you won't be able to stand. So last week I didn't focus on that, but I want to make sure that now we're focusing on keeping your arms completely straight. So I want one foot to be in front of you, one foot behind you. Put your hands up, kind of like you're going to do a cartwheel, but make sure that your arms are completely straight. The first step of this, all I want you to do is I want you to start to lean over, turn your body so both hands come evenly in front of you. I want you to put them on the ground, and then as soon as they put them on the ground, you're just going to try to keeping your back leg straight, you're gonna try to lift your back leg, whatever leg you have behind you right now. If you wanna switch and put this foot out, that's fine. But you're gonna turn to the front, put both hands down, arms completely straight and squeezed. And the leg that's behind you is gonna stay straight. And just try to lift your back leg up so it goes straight up in the air. Don't lift your front leg. Don't lift the other leg. So I'm gonna do this side so you guys can see a little better. But my hands go up, I'm turned sideways, my arms are straight, I'm gonna lift my foot up and then I'm gonna move forward, right? So if I rock forward like you're gonna go, do this about 3 times. 1, 2, and on 3, I want you to put your hand down, lift your foot up, and come down. Now, I don't want you to do a handstand yet, all right? Stop, don't practice, let me explain one more thing. I'll let you demonstrate in a second. So you're gonna lift your foot up, your hands go down, you're gonna lift your foot up, and this foot stays kind of close to the ground so that I, on purpose, can push it down and land in a safe way. You shouldn't be falling over sideways. You shouldn't be knocking things over, right? All you need is a little bit of space. You put your hands back, lift your foot up as you lean forward, lift one leg, and the other leg stays down really close. I want you to practice that for 1 minute. Now that we have the first step down, the second step is to try to lift your other foot up, and I call it a touch, right? You're gonna lift your feet up, you're gonna touch. And no matter whether you can stay in a handstand or you think you can stay in a handstand, I don't want you to leave your feet up in the air. We're not balancing yet, that's not where we're at, right? So after the first step, lifting my foot up, my one foot up, and letting the other foot come up just a tiny bit, keeping my arms straight. The second step would be to lift the other leg to that foot, touch your feet together, and then immediately put your foot down, your feet down. The leg that was stayed down before is the one that pushes back down. We want our lifting leg to hold us up for balance. The other leg is gonna swing up for balance, to finish it off, and then on purpose come straight back down. So once we go here, just watch this first one. Watch how I do it, right? Once I put my hands down, I keep my arms completely straight and squeezed, right? I get my momentum. I put my hands down, and then immediately after swinging one leg up, the other one is gonna come up and I'm gonna touch, and on purpose put my foot right back down. All right, so don't stay up, don't stay in a handstand, don't flip over backward. I want you to be very controlled by lifting your leg up, touch, and come straight back down. So lift up, touch, and back down. Practice that for 1 minute. And now you've gotten that, all right, the last step is to do a full handstand, to hold your feet up. All right, again, I want you to use extreme caution. Make sure your parents are okay with you doing a full handstand. If they're not okay with you doing the full handstand in the house, now would be a good time to pause, go outside and practice for as long as you need, a minute, more, longer. All right, but your goal is to try to lift your feet up, keep your feet up in the air as long as possible, right, without falling. If you do start to lose your balance, it's really important to do that technique I demonstrated earlier, which is to force your leg down in a way that makes you land in a very structured, supported position. So once you bring your feet up, if you start to lose your balance, purposely push your leg back down toward the ground, just like we always practice. So your hands come up, you lift your foot up, stay up. As soon as you lose your balance, bring your foot right back down. All right, I want you to try to stay up for as long as you can. We'll practice that for about 1 minute, starting now. Now we're going to work on a leg exercise called a one-legged squat. It's just like a regular squat. This regular squat works the top part of your legs. We worked our calves yesterday with the calf raises. That's one part of your leg muscles that's necessary for jumping. The other part would be your quad, or your quadricep that's up here on this part of your leg. Regular squats, so my feet would be apart, my hands would be here, and we squat. We come straight up and down. Regular squats. One-legged squats, I do the same thing, but only with one leg. Now, most of the time, I would recommend that you hold on to something for balance so that you can get the leg workout. But actually, I don't want you to do that because I want your leg to learn how to balance it, your body how to balance itself using your single leg. So the more you actually lose your balance and learn how to catch it, the better that you'll be in the long run. All right, so I want you to pick your foot up. I want you to bend your knee as far as you can and squat straight up and down without touching this foot on the ground at all. If you do lose your balance, right, you could touch your foot for a second, but immediately put it right back up, right, and continue to try to do the same squat right there. So I want you to stay in the same leg. I want you to squat up and down for 1 full minute. Ready? Go. Now I want you to pick up the other leg. We're going to do the same exact thing on the other side. You're going to pick your leg up. I want you to bend your knee as far as you can. Squat up and down on the other leg. All right, 1 more minute, but then this time on the other leg. Ready? Go. precision jumps, we normally want to jump on a very small target. At the karate school, when we have equipment, we have the balance beams, we have the bigger pieces of vault, we have lines, we have dots and everything. I'm going to use a couple dots for today. If you're at home, I'd like you to be a little creative, right? I think it'd be a really cool idea if you just had a couple socks, right? We just want something that you can jump on. So if you have a couple extra socks laying around, right, just spread them out a little bit and a little bit. I'm going to do 3 different ones for right now. All right, so precision jumping is when my feet are together, right? I'm going to bend my knees. The goal is to land on the balls of your feet with as much precision as possible. It's not just jumping. It's not saying I can land on that dot. It's making sure that you can land and you have complete balance. If we were to jump multiple times, at any point I should be able to jump and stop and be able to catch my balance and not move my foot just a little bit extra and move off the thing. All right, so we're just going to start with these dots. Like I said, spread them out maybe a little bit apart like there. All right, I want you to get before one. You're going to put your hands up. I want you to jump and land on the balls of your feet and stop moving. All right, if you lose your balance and move off of it, this is no good. So one more time, you're going to jump and you're going to stop just like that. Stop everything, no extra moving. From here, you're going to jump to the next one, stop, then you're going to turn, then you're going to jump, stop, just like that. Now, like I said, if you're inside and you're using socks, that's a really easy thing to land on. It's very soft. It won't move out from anything. It won't make you slip unless you're on a hardwood floor or tile. If you're outside, all right, and you can use the sidewalks. The sidewalk normally has lines going down the sidewalk. Let's see if you can jump from one line to the next and stop right there. If you jump and you go too far, it's no good, right? So let's see if you can jump from one line to the next, one line to the next, and try that. Good luck. All right, today's challenge is going to be frog jumps. All right, now frog jumps are one of my favorite exercises. They're really good for every part of your jump. All right, for a full frog jump, the proper frog jump, you put your feet apart, you put your hands up, and you're going to squat. All right, you're not supposed to use your hands at all, but your hands are up and ready in case you need it for balance. All right, and all you're going to do from here is your hands are up, you're squatted down, is you're going to jump as far as you can, all right, and land with complete precision. Stop moving, don't fall forward, don't take extra steps. Frogs don't run, they don't walk, they jump. All right, so right from where you are, you're gonna jump again. Now, you probably don't have a lot of room in your house, so this challenge is really meant to be done outdoors. All right, with the supervision of your parents, I wanna see how many frog jumps you can do in 1 minute.